Hello everybody, this is the Love Yourself Guru and welcome to the Love Yourself TV. Today's video is for anybody that's going through a really challenging time at the moment and is facing quite a few difficulties and just needs a quick motivational video to put everything in perspective. You could be going through a divorce, you could be, for instance, your business could be closing, whatever reason you feel that your life is in shambles and you really need to put things in perspective. This video is for you, God willing. So the first thing to acknowledge when you're going through difficult times, and I've said this before, is to realize that when it gets really, really tough, that's a very good sign that, God willing, change is literally, it's being manifested. It's around the corner, God willing. Good change is on its way. So that's a really, I've noticed that with my life. Every time, looking back at my life, every time I went through challenges or adversity, looking back, I realized that after every adversity came beautiful blessings and a beautiful change. It was taking me somewhere. So that's the first thing to acknowledge. The second thing is to really be aware of your mind. So what's going on now, it's probably painful, but your mind makes it excruciatingly painful. And the reason being is because it tries to put you in a state of panic and fear. And because it's got into the habit of doing that. But when you really start to love yourself and you really take control of your life, yes, you realize that you are in control of your mind and you direct your mind. You're the captain of your life. You're the captain of your ship. And once you realize that you're the captain of your ship, and once you realize that you are the one, God willing, in control of your life, then once that clicks, then you start to direct your mind to where you want to go, God willing, not the other way around. You stop letting your mind putting you in a state of panic, yes, and fear, and you start directing your thoughts to put you in a state of solution. In challenging times, if you really are able to control your mind, you start to focus on solutions. You start to focus on standing on your feet again. Okay, now once we've got all that, so the next thing is I've written down 3 things to know when you're going through challenging times. Okay, now the first thing is it will pass. It will pass, God willing. And every time, I remember when I was going through a really challenging time, I would look at the night every day. I would sit outside and I would look at the night and I would pray and I would say, you know what, God willing, this will pass, God willing. Just like the night, after the night, the darkness comes alight. This is what's going to happen in my life. This darkness, after this darkness, God willing, there's going to be light. So your mind always tries to scare you with forever. Honestly, it always tries to scare you with forever. And that is just a lie. That is just an illusion. Nothing negative, by the way. If you, God willing, get into the habit of putting yourself into having positive thoughts and putting yourself in a positive vibration, God willing, then I believe that is consistent. But in being in a negative state and challenging times, I truly and honestly believe that they always pass. They always pass. So you have to know that this will pass. It will not last forever. Don't let your mind scare you with forever. It's a period. And the reason why it's here is because, God willing, brightness, a beautiful change, a step up is literally around the corner. And this will pass, God willing. This will pass, and you will be stronger, and you will come out stronger, God willing, and you'll be more successful, and you'll know what you want, God willing, and it's going to take you places that you never even dreamed of. It will pass, and it will pass, God willing, with you being even stronger and more successful. So that's number 1. Number 2 is this quote by Martin Luther King Jr., and I absolutely love it. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Martin Luther King Jr. And I absolutely love that quote, because what happens is when you're faced with a challenge, okay, your mind, like I said, likes you to put you in a state of fear and panic, that you makes you think that it's going to stay forever. It's not. That's not true. And number two, it tries to make you believe that you're helpless and you can't do anything, and you become a victim. That's not true. And so when I say control your mind and take control of your mind, it's like this. Start, if you can't run, which you obviously, when you're in a challenge, you're not going to be able to run because you've just like fallen on the floor. But get up and start crawling, and then start crawling. After you crawl, take a step, and after you take a step, walk quicker, and after you walk quicker, run. And after you, do you understand? It's all about, don't let it overwhelm you where you are. Just every single day or every minute of the day, take baby steps to get yourself up again, to get yourself stronger. God willing, take those steps. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Don't let your mind convince you to in staying where you are, or convince you in impossibility. God willing, everything is possible once you put your mind to it. So just keep moving forward, not moving backwards, moving forward. Think of little steps that you can take to better your situation, God willing. So that's number two. So number one is it will pass. Number two, move forward, take baby steps, crawl, move forward. Number three is another quote that I absolutely love. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Albert Einstein. And I absolutely, again, I always go back to that quote. I love that quote. Now, if you're in a challenging time, if you're in a difficult situation, this is what I want you to do. I want you to try and solve the situation with a different mindset. Because if you are in the same mindset that you were when you created the situation, you're just going to create more problems. You're not going to solve it. You need a different mindset, a different way of looking at it to actually solve the situation, and then, God willing, move further and grow. So let's say, for instance, let's say you have a problem, and if you look back at before the problem or during the problem, if you look back at it, your mindset was like, for instance, a victim mindset, or you want to now have a hero's mindset. Or let's say you had a problem and you're doing the same things that got you into the problem. You're not going to get out of it. Change the way, really look at your mindset and look at what you're doing and change them. Don't do the same things you did that got you into, that created that problem. Do you understand? So have a different mindset and do things differently. Change things, God willing. So those three things really helped me when I was going through challenging times. Let's repeat them again. Number one is it will pass. God willing, whatever you're going through, God willing, it will pass. God willing. It's just, it's a sign for change. Okay. Number two, take action. Be solution orientated. Even if they're baby steps, start taking them. Take them every day. Move forward. Number three is don't do the same thing over and over again. Change your mindset. How was your mindset when you got into the problem? Don't have that same mindset. Change. What were you doing? Don't do the same things. Do different things. And God willing, you're going to get different results. I hope that helped you. I love you loads. If you like the video, kindly hit on the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments, kindly leave them below. I love you loads. Have a brilliant, beautiful, amazing day, and I will see you in the next video.